Now let's talk about how you're going about doing this.
Yeah.
So you are going to be building hospitals yourself. You're going to be buying hospitals as well.
The hospital build is actually not important.
Right.
I could work with infrastructure from anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm sure as we go forward, we will work with infrastructure built by others. It is just the first step. I think what we are doing is for our customers, at renewal, when their price goes up and they are suffering on claims, we're advising them to move to narrow networks.
Okay.
Because their price will be controlled, and plus, we will stand guarantee that their claim will be settled. But then they don't have the choice to go to any of the 14,000 hospitals. They have to do exactly what the army structure is. There is a gatekeeper. The gatekeeper will advise you where to go. And the narrow network does not need to be just our hospitals.
Yeah.
It can be a narrow network of maybe 500 to 1,000 hospitals. If you need to be in hospital, you will be in hospital. If you don't need to be in hospital, you will not be in hospital. And in those hospitals, whatever treatment you require will be if it is required. It won't be because the hospital makes money out of it. That's broadly what we're doing. But the hospital is not the game changer. The game changer is the gatekeeper. We call it gatekeeper, you can call it general practitioner. So you have a general practitioner. So next, if you buy a policy from us, it would come at a lower price, but you would have to speak to a general practitioner for every planned surgery. If you have, or any planned hospitalization, if you have an emergency or a, what do they call it, accident or emergency, that time you can go wherever you want. No problem. Data is telling me at least 50% of the consumers will take
move
my
your way.
100%. Zero doubt.
50%?
50% minimum. Because they already are doing it. 1/3 of the policies we sell are narrow network products. Already. And we started only 1 year ago. We started narrow network products. And now narrow network products are increasingly becoming more and more popular.
So now let's come to the point that people are confused about. What is this? Is this philanthropy? Is this your version of corporate social responsibility? What is this? Because your stock price has seen a significant fluctuation and volatility on account of PB Fintech's decision to invest in this business. And perhaps there has been some misunderstanding of the comments that you've made previously to say this is your passion, but this is also your idea of giving back to society. How should we read what this is about?
Hospitals cannot be my passion. Okay? If I was to do something from a passion perspective, I'd probably set up gyms. I'd probably set up...
Is that coming next?
No, nothing. I don't spend money on my passions. In fact, this is the only thing I spend on my passion, which is a watch, which I have to track my, running performance and all with. And I will not spend my company's money on my passions. I'm not that stupid and that dumb, right? Why people initially got confused when they heard hospitals, they thought some idiot who has built some online business is now planning to go and compete with the best hospitals in the country. Now that, I have no particular ambition. I have a huge amount of respect for the way hospitals are run today to try and claim I can run them better. No. If I was to build a hospital and try and compete with the best hospitals the way they are run today, I don't think I will be able to win. But please understand, I'm not a better seller of insurance than an agent. They are probably much better than my employees at selling insurance. I changed the incentive structure. And I'll explain what I did. I said, let us sell those products which are useful to the consumer. Let us not push those products only which make us the most money. And so what the agent, and don't get me wrong, but in typical, the distribution community is very good at is peddling the product where they make the most money. What policybazaar is very good is at peddling the product where the consumer gets the biggest benefit. We also make money. It's not like we don't make money. We make money because of scale of operations. We make money because if you do good to the consumers, they come on your own. Why does policybazaar make money? Because customers come to us on their own. The customers do not go to an agent on their own. The agent has to go scouting for customers. You have to understand, I changed the incentive. I did not become a better seller. I changed the incentive so that I was no longer in competition. That's what I'm doing here. I'm changing the incentive structure altogether, so nobody's competing with me.
So you're not up against the Max and the Fortises of the world.
How will they compete with me when I start reducing the incidence rate? They don't want to do it. The outpatient is set up to drive people to the inpatient. The outpatient does not make money. It drives people to the inpatient. What is my outpatient doing? Stopping people from coming to the inpatient. Treating them right there. Sending them back home. How do you compete when the other person wants to do the opposite of what you want to do?
So the aspiration of addressing or solving for India's social security problem, insurance done, 17 years on, hospitals, a journey that's about to begin. Is there anything else that you believe you want to address?
Let's try to see what is social security. Social security is, in my opinion, 4 things. One is health insurance, the biggest.
Yeah.
The second is pure life insurance, in which we actually have no major skill, except for the fact that we have an intention to work on it. And actually, nobody else in the distribution world actually has an intention to work on it. The other 2, child education.
Yeah.
I don't think we can support for schooling, because that people have to plan for themselves. So that will only happen if government ever, because like in the UK or in Europe, you have government schooling, right? So most people would send their kids to government schools.
Yeah.
That's not a problem we want to solve. But higher education is a growing cost. I think people need to plan for that. And why I say child education and not mutual funds is because mutual funds are great. But what if the person who's planning for the child expires? And that is why a child plan. Child plan only because it has waiver of premium, which means if anything bad happens, the insurance company pays the premiums for the next 20 years. The insurance company gives on top of that income support. That is why a child plan. And the last thing, pensions. Again, why do I say insurance for pension? Why do I not say other factors? I don't want to go into any specific ones. Because insurance is for 2 people. Pension is for 2 people. One of them can die. And that may be the earning person. And that is why, again, insurance. Because you buy the product through insurance, because you pay that 0.5% or something, you lose. Because you take essentially a life cover or a survivor benefit.
Yeah.
Please understand, whether it's mutual funds, whether it's NPS, whether it's PPF, nobody has that.
Yeah.
So insurance is a very unique product, and social security can only be solved through, and these are only 4 products I talk about. I don't talk about a 5th. Health, term, child education, pensions. And that's what keeps me alive. That's what keeps me going to office, right? Other than that, I have made enough money for myself, which I will not spend in my entire life. I won't be able to spend even 5% of it. I can happily, I can't even spend 1% of it, right? Because on the other hand, I'm competing for using less and less. And I have quite a bit, right? So anyway, I've spoken about what I mean by social security.
Yeah.
We'll address all 4 of them. Health is the most complex and the biggest of them. And so that is the one we are probably farthest down the line in trying to solve for. Pension, we are planning to start something in pension very, very soon, both within policybazaar, with Paisabazaar, and maybe as a standalone portal as well.
Okay.
Focused only on pensions.
As a young person who's starting up today, as a young entrepreneur who's looking to start up today, what is it that you would tell them? What is the Yashish Dahiya playbook?
See, I got very lucky, so there's no Yashish Dahiya playbook. But I would say it's the same as my children, what I tell my children. I tell them decide. I said decide is a very important word. I will make one promise to you. If you decide something, it will happen. 100%. Decide has everything in it. It has commitment, it has direction, you have put blinkers on, you're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
So decide is a very big word. I used to tell my kids when they were kids that, listen, decide. And they said, what do you mean? If I decide to become an Olympic champion, I'll become an Olympic champion. I said, 100%, 100%, not 99.9, 100%. But I said, don't take decide lightly. Decide is a word you'll have to live with for the rest of your life. When you decide, also build trust and patience.
Yeah.
Trust that it'll happen and have patience.
So let's end by talking about what the next 15 years, what could perhaps capture the journey that you intend to make over the next 15 years? What's the aspiration in terms of size, scale, and impact?
Size is very hard to think when you think 15 years.
Yeah.
I think 4 years is 1 lakh crores of insurance premium.
Okay.
That puts you at a pretty large scale, right? And I think we'll be growing from then on also. We'll be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
So this 40-50% growth rate, you think is sustainable?
I just said 1 lakh crores premium. Do the math.
Yeah.
Last year we were at 23,000 crores. From that time, we have 5 years. So all I'm saying is we are quadrupling in 5 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty average for us, right?
Well, Yashish, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. Thanks very much for joining us and giving us an insight into how you're building out a new incentive structure as far as the healthcare business is concerned, the hospital business is concerned. We look forward to hearing much more from you when you're ready to talk about the rest of it as well. But it's been fabulous speaking to you. We wish you the very best of luck. Thanks very much for your time. Well, with that, it is time for us to wrap up this edition of the Young Turks Reloaded podcast. We hope you enjoyed watching this conversation. If you did, then tune in to us next week. Till then, from all of us here on the program, many thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.